So, I'm not much of an anime watcher myself, but when I heard of Monster from an old EFAP episode, I knew I had to check it out. Right away, the concept intrigued me. The general plot without spoilers is that a neurosurgeon named Dr. Tenma is forced to work on important wealthy people instead of others who need it more. This results in a husband dying and the widow crying and blaming Tenma for the death, which makes him want to save lives that need saving regardless of their status and what his boss would say about it. Tenma chooses to save a boy with a gunshot wound to the head instead of working on a wealthy politician who wasn't in critical condition because he didn't want to make the same mistake twice. He chooses to save people's lives instead of putting wealthy people above others. Unbeknownst to Tenma, however, this boy was a monster who grew up to be a serial killer. There is a big dichotomy between the two actions he makes and their consequences. He doesn't save the life of a woman's husband because he attended someone else, but then chooses to save a dying boy's life when told not to, and it turns out that the boy was evil and ends the lives of others. There's more reinforcement of that message at the end, but I won't say what it is now because I want to leave this review relatively spoiler free. What I had talked about just now is shown within the first few episodes, so it isn't much of a spoiler. So how was this concept translated into the show itself? I think amazingly, as there wasn't a dull moment in the entirety of the show. I have heard from people who do watch anime that this is one of the best series of all time and that it has one of the best villains of all time. Oh, and let's not forget about that fire intro. The fact that this show captivated me as someone who doesn't watch anime is pretty amazing. And it isn't like other animes that have thousands of episodes with filler. Every episode serves a purpose. Even in episodes that don't have the main character, Tenma, it manages to keep you interested. The story is so well paced and executed as you go from episode to episode, trying to learn more about the villain Johann Liebert and his past in order to catch up to him and put a stop to his plans. There are so many main characters and even minor characters that have so much depth and personality. From Tenma to Anna, Grimmer, Lunge, and Johann himself, they all managed to be so interesting. You can tell that Naoki Urasawa, who made the manga, and the show's director, Masayuki Kojima, and writer Tatsuhiko Urahata put a lot of care and effort into this. I think it is safe to say that I loved watching this show because I watched the first 11 episodes in one night and did the same thing the next day. I did less in a row on my other times viewing the show, but either way, I was hooked from the start. I reviewed the first 11 episodes and the whole show when I finished the last episode on Letterboxd. If you don't know what Letterboxd is, it's a platform where you can make an account and review and rate movies, though not TV shows, so it was surprising to see that Monster was on the website. Either way, if you want to see my ratings for movies, you can follow my Letterboxd, which I linked on my YouTube About Me and in the description below. Now, if you want to watch Monster, which you absolutely should, I'm going to tell you how I watched it. For whatever reason, it is not on most anime websites or on any streaming service, which is odd. It is very hard to find, which I don't understand why. Maybe it wasn't super popular or something. Either way, the only way I think you can watch it is uploaded on YouTube or by using 9anime. I watched it on 9anime for some episodes, and for some episodes I used a playlist on YouTube from Riz Hussein, which I will also link in the description. Some of the episodes are lower quality, and I believe one episode is missing from the playlist, so you should switch back and forth from both. And for the rating, unsurprisingly, I'm giving this entire series a 10 out of 10. I hope you enjoyed this quick review, which will most likely be the first video I am posting in my return to YouTube because it has been over 10 months now. Since this is my return to YouTube, I plan on making more videos shortly. So if you want to hear my thoughts on things happening on the internet, follow my Twitter @Satirony, which will also be in the description. Leave a like and subscribe if you want, and bye.